Does BET pay like the trip?
They pay, but they don't call it pay. They call it, I forgot what they call it, for like pictures and stuff. You don't make no money off that. Like I tell people, if you do a show like that, you gotta have something else. Like I have books, so it's like it's gonna help me as far as exposure. But they don't really pay nobody no money. If you just doing it to get that little change, it ain't worth it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because if you ain't got nothing else to follow up,
Right.
nah, because they making money off you and exploiting you, and now they sending you home. That little bit of money that they giving you is gone.
Right.
So yeah, I don't. Yeah, it ain't worth it if you can't follow.
But Netflix? What about Netfllix?
Netflix was cool.
Now they pay.
Yeah.
I don't know the extent, because you know,
right.
you done been out with, but they pay. And she's clean fresh, y'all. Ron, she's way fresher. She's clean fresh. She had an outfit on. Miss T, that's fly, Gary. I had this outfit 5 years ago. But women wear it once, they didn't want to bring it out to 5 years later. You see, that shit was fire. Just clean. No, she fly. She fly her way out. No, Kirk, you're another level. I will always give you that. Niggas can't fuck with you. Now, BET. So when you did that, you enjoyed it, the Trap Queen?
Yeah, it was cool. At first, I had to go crazy on them because
you know
it's so crazy that they kept like money, drugs, and prison. Like they was just so excited about. Did you go to prison? How much money did you make?
Oh, you didn't like it, so do tune.
Drugs. I'm like, first of all, if y'all tell me that this is a cautionary tale, I want to talk about the people I lost.
Ooh, yeah.
I lost a lot of people.
Did you? Whew.
Y'all worried about money, drugs. Like I almost wasn't here on several occasions. Like, what we doing? So I wrote them niggas a long fucking email. Everybody white. They took away from me and sent all the black producers my way, because I was like, I'm gonna slap the shit out of somebody, because I'm like, all the white people, I had to ask them, what did you study about my culture before you came to me? I don't even give a fuck about season 1, 2. I'm talking about me. Did you study my culture? Certain movies, I'm like, well, did you watch this? Did you watch that? So you can understand. But you asking me about money and drugs. I'm confused. Like y'all so excited and intrigued by that shit. Like I lost a lot of people in this game. That's what I want to talk about. Right. So
they forgot about our era.
Yo, it's like, but then one of the producers, she was real cool. I'm still talking to her today. She's like, nah, Miss T, don't worry about it. We gonna do it right, And another thing, one of the Thelma Wright, she was on season 1. Her man was getting money. They was from Philly. Her man was getting money, I think, out there in LA. She was like, yo, no matter what you do, never say an amount of money, because there's no statute of limitation on the IRS. Right. She said, whatever they say lots of money. You know what I'm saying? So when they really just say lots. So, they were so thirsty, they went over all the way to Barbados and interviewed my daughter Favre. I said, well, go ahead and do that if y'all want to know how much money, So yeah, but it was cool. It was a good experience. I ain't mad.
They didn't get. I loved it. But your story was so much more. They didn't get a lot, and I know that it was a couple of people names you kind of left out.
Yeah,
But
purposely.
We enjoyed it.
Thank you.
So Miss T, is there anybody in the Trap Queen series that impressed you that you think about this day besides the world you was in?
Was like, wow.
Like your shit is big.
Like Thelma Wright, she was getting it.
Where's she from?
Philly.
She was getting some money.
Yeah, and her man, I think they moved to LA. See, back then she was doing a lot through FedEx and the post office before they got up on that. She was getting bread.
Killing it.
She was killing it, and I think her man went back home to Philly for something, and they ended up killing him. And then everybody came to her like, so what we gonna do? Like you got to keep this thing going. I just had lunch with her maybe 2 weeks ago. She came to New York.
Oh, really? Oh, she's still in Philly?
Yeah.
That's my time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Philly. I love Philly.
Yeah,
I love Philly all the time.
So yeah.
Through all the shit she was doing, was your parents around? Was your dad around? Mm-hmm. And they were together?
Yeah, my mother and father were married, but my father spent a lot of time in Jamaica. So I ran amok when that nigga was gone. Okay. Yo, me, like, my father, he did a lot. He was a hustler. Like, he had like a chicken farm out in Jamaica, so he sold to the hotels and the restaurants. But he was a music producer. He did a lot of shit. So when me and my sister came home and seen them barrels, we like, yo, this nigga going home. Like, he going back. So we knew we was going to be running the street. So people think, because I grew up in a strict household. In my household, education and respect was everything. We had chores. I had to stand in front of my father and say my timetables from 1 to 12. If I got to 6 and fucked up, I had to start all over. But it wasn't too many fuck ups, or I was going to get Anybody ever had